think one thing that I would like to probably discuss more of is what we actually need public relations people to be in the future. It was very interesting talking about kind of the leader versus advisor, but I think also discussing the skill sets that we need and what we need to do to almost fix the reputation of communications and public relations people so we can be seen as more respected advisors. So what skills, what qualifications do we need in order to be able to do that? I don't think that kind of new ideas and new thinking necessarily has to come from young people. I don't think there's anybody who's got a monopoly on that. So I think it's almost they're two different. It's two different forums. I've been to some excellent ones, and I also one of the things I do with wearing another hat is I lecture international PR students at a university, and there's some brilliant thinking and really exciting things that they're doing. I'm not entirely sure whether that would kind of fit into the format that we have here. Okay, I would say that it's fluency, knowledge, and confidence. Fluency because we have to be excellent communicators, and despite the rise of multimedia, we still have to be excellent communicators with the written word, but we now also need to be able to do images and video and all of the other types of media. Knowledge, because it's essential that we actually embrace the world, that we've got a really, really good grasp of current affairs and popular culture, because you can't hope to actually create change unless you understand those things. And then third, confidence. You've actually got to be confident enough to whoever you're talking to be able to articulate your view, and if you're right, if you've got a point to make sure you can make it in a way that they'll understand, and never be afraid to do that. We should never be seen just as a channel of being told this is what we want to communicate and you go away and do it. We've actually got to challenge that and ask the question why, and not be afraid to say no. I think the best thing about being here is the diversity of the delegates and the speakers, the fact that we have people from so many different markets represented, each putting forward kind of their viewpoints. And I think for me what's kind of most exciting is that too often we have a kind of very Western Europe, American view of the world, and everybody thinks that that's where you find best practice, but actually coming here reminds you that that's not true, and that there's actually excellent communications work and excellent thinking going on in every single market around the world. I think two would sort of stand out for me. Obviously Paul Holmes in sort of keynote to introduce us, because he's kind of set the stage for a lot of the most important issues and challenges facing the public relations profession at the moment. But then I think the second one that I found particularly interesting was the one that we've just completed on global and local, because I think it's probably one of the biggest challenges that we face if you're working with multinational companies, is how you balance the needs of the global corporation with actually doing your very, very best in local markets, and the fact that no longer can the two be kind of siloed. And I think there's just hearing different people's experiences and different ways of tackling it is really, really important, because there is no one answer, there is no one solution.